I'm an educator, and these are the three things I'm giving myself permission during summer break. The academic year ended recently, and for the first time in a long while, I found myself doing something unusual. Nothing. No lesson plans, no grading, no meetings, no emails that needed immediate attention. Just a stretch of time that belonged to me again, and I realized how unfamiliar that felt. Every year when summer break begins, I notice a strange tension. Part of me is exhausted. The other part feels like it should already be doing something productive. Planning, preparing, getting ahead, improving next year's lessons, working on the next project, as if rest needs a justification. Look at the things that are right in front of me. As if free time must immediately be converted into something useful. I wonder how many teachers experience something similar. People outside education sometimes ask why teachers get summer breaks. And I understand the question. From the outside, it can look like a long holiday. But what is difficult to explain is that teaching is not only the visible work that happens inside a classroom. It is also the hundreds of decisions made throughout the school year. The constant attention, the planning, the adapting, the emotional energy required to remain present for students every day. By the end of the year, I don't just feel tired. I feel full of conversations, deadlines, responsibilities, decisions, expectations. And perhaps that is why rest can feel surprisingly difficult. The body slows down, but the mind keeps moving. I said to a fellow co-teacher when we were ending the school year, I feel unanchored. This summer, I've been trying something different. Instead of asking, what should I accomplish during the break? I've been asking, what would it feel like to recover? And I think that question has led me to a few permissions I'm slowly giving myself. The first permission is to write. Not for work, not for a deadline, not because it will advance my career. I want to write because there are stories I want to tell, essays I want to finish, poems waiting in notebooks, chapters waiting to be written, one page at a time, one chapter at a time. The second is permission to sleep, not just for a night, but for longer stretches, to wake up without immediately thinking about tomorrow's lessons, to let my body remember what it feels like not to be constantly preparing for the next day. The third permission is to enjoy things that have no productive outcome, to watch dramas, to watch movies, to laugh out loud at something silly, to get lost in a story without turning it into a lesson or a reflection. And perhaps all three of these permissions are really pointing toward the same thing: rest. Because if I'm honest, always being on has been exhausting. Teaching asks us to be present every day, attentive every day, responsible every day, for months at a time. It is meaningful work. I still believe that. But meaningful work can also be tiring work. And somewhere along the way, I think many teachers become so accustomed to carrying responsibility that rest becomes unfamiliar. For a long time, I thought rest was something I had to earn, something that came only after everything was finished. But teaching has taught me something else. Nothing is ever completely finished. There's always another lesson to improve, another paper to check, another idea to develop. If I wait until everything is done before I allow myself to rest, I may never rest at all. So this summer I am trying something different, and I am doing it imperfectly. There will be family members asking for my time, people who need things from me, requests, responsibilities, and expectations that don't disappear just because school is out. I know I won't always protect this space perfectly. Some days I will say yes when I meant to say no. Some days rest will be interrupted. Some days I will slip back into old habits. But I am determined to keep giving myself permission anyway. I am pausing, not because I have nothing to do, but because there are parts of my life waiting for my attention. The writer in me, the reader in me, the person who enjoys stories, the person who enjoys quiet mornings, the person who wants to experience life instead of constantly preparing for it. The next academic year will arrive soon enough. It always does. There will be new students, new lessons, new challenges, and new opportunities to teach. But for now, I am trying to appreciate this space in between. The slower mornings, the absence of urgency, the chance to sleep a little longer, to write a little more, to laugh a little louder. And maybe that is what summer break is really for. Not simply to prepare for another year of teaching, but to return little by little to the rest of our lives. And for the first time in a long while, I think I am finally giving my permission to do exactly that.